Hello guys, welcome back. So in our previous videos, we were able to load our front-end team into our Laravel project, and we were able to segment the featured post. We were able to segment everything we need to segment, then make our images visible. As you can see, all our images are visible. So in this video, we'll be working on our login page. We'll be loading our front-end team login page. As you can see, if you go to /login, it will show you the default login page that came with Laravel. For now, we are going to replace this page with our own login page. Now let's check out the login page we want to use. If you go to your exercise folder, into your front end, you will see login. So this is the login page we want to use for our project. This is the one we'll be loading into our Laravel project. So we'll replace this login page with this one and we'll make it function. The first thing we want to do now is go to our VS Code. You come to your VS Code. Let's locate where the login page is. So you go to your resources, inside your view, inside your alt, you will see login. So this is the login page. So what we want to do now, we want to copy it and cut it and paste it inside a new file because we'll still need it. So now inside the login page, inside the blade file, we want to replace the code with our own login page. That is the front-end team login page. So you come to your exercise folder. Inside your exercise folder, you're going to right click and open with your VS Code. So this is our front-end team login page. So the only part we want to take is this is the header. We don't need the header. And also we don't need the footer. We don't need this also. So the only part we want to take is this part. And we don't need the footer. The only part we want to take is this part. Just this part. So this is the part we'll be working with. So now, inside our login page, the first thing we want to do is we want to load our extend and our section so that our front end header and footer will be visible. So let's do that. So if you come to your view, inside your view, your front end, inside your front end, you will see your index. Then inside your index, just copy this. Go to your login, paste it. And also copy this. Paste it. So now if you save this, you save this and load your login and reload this page. You can see your header, your footer is now visible. So now what we want to do is we just want to load the login form inside this middle. You come to this login here from your login team. So you just copy this middle. You won't copy the header and footer because we've loaded it already using this extend function. Just come in the middle here, paste it. Now if you save it and you reload it, as you can see our login page is now visible. Now let's make these images visible. So I hope you remember how to make your images visible. You come here, copy your asset front end. You see, we've done this multiple times. You look for your images, paste it. Just two images. Okay, your logo, paste. Now you just cut, paste, cut. You do the same here also. Cut, paste. So you save it. Now, what we want to do is that, okay, we don't need this again. You close it. Now, what we want to do is that in the default login page, since we want our login page to be to function, to be able to log in, what we'll do is we are going to copy the function of this our default login page inside our front end team login page. Now, what we want to do is that we'll start from the form. The form, it has a route of login. So we'll need the form, we'll copy it. Make sure you include your CSRF token. So you come here and you look for your form. This is also the form here. So you paste it here. We can just copy our inline CSS. Copy our inline CSS and paste it here. So we can delete this off. So you can see it has a method of post method. You can see our route. Our route is login. It's a default route. So if you go to your panel here and you type PHP and then your route list, I'm going to see a list of your routes. So you can see your login here. So it's a default route. So after that, you can see our two form field, our email, our username or email, and log in with either username or email. So let's add the email. So you can see our two form field, username and password. So we are going to make it the same with our default login page, our default login code, which also has email field, password. So now for our email field, we have an ID of login, we have a name of login, we have a type of text. So these three things, our ID, type and name, are going to replace it in our front end team login page. So we'll come here, our ID, what is our ID again? Our ID is login. Our name is login and our type is text. So we've done that for this field. So now we'll come to the password field. We'll also replace it with the same thing. So our password field, we'll just replace our ID, type and name, which is password. Let's do that. Our type is password, ID is password, name is password. So that is correct. So in our submit, which is this, our login type, our login. So we'll make the type submit, so it's correct. So what we also want to do is this forget password. So this is it. This forgot password. We'll copy the route also. The route is password.reset. We'll copy it. And inside the forgot password, inside the href, paste it. So inside our register also, we'll also include the route. So the route is also a default route of register. You go to your route list here and see the default route here of register. So that's where got the default route from. Now let's save all. We are done with this for now. Now let's save all. Let's reload it. Let's try and log in if we'll be able to log in. So now let's log in with our user details. See if our login works now. So that will be user and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Login. As you can see, our login works successfully. So now we can log in to our user dashboard. So on. So now let's do the same for our register page. As you can see, our login button here, our register button. And let's link this login and register button to our login route and our register route. So for this, we'll go to our front end, then our header file. So go to our resources views, then front end, body, header file. So we'll look for our login. This is our login and register. So what you want to do is inside this href, you put the default route for login, which is login. And also for the register, you put the default route for register, which is register. That is all. So you save it. So now the way we did our login is the same way we would work with our register. So let's open our default register. That is inside resources view, inside alt, your register. So this is it here. So you want to make this page empty, where you will copy your front end register theme here. So you copy it, cut it, open a new file, paste it here because we'll still need it. Still need some things here to replace to our front end theme. So you come to your register here, go to your exercise file, and you will see your register file here. You can see it. This is what we will be using for our register. So this is the front-end register theme we'll be using in our Laravel project. So let's copy the code and paste it inside our register.blade.php. So you come to exercise here, right click, and open with VS Code. So this is the code we'll be working with. This is our header file, we don't need it. So minimize this. We don't need our footer too. So this is the only part we'll be copying. So the same way we did our login, we'll copy this so that our header and footer will be visible. We'll paste it. So also our end section. We'll paste it. So if you save all, we'll come to our code inside our Laravel project. If you reload it, you click on register here, you can see our header and our footer are visible now. You can either use the light mode or dark mode. So our header and footer are all visible now. So you go back to your code. Inside our register.html, you copy this, paste it here. Once you save all, Once you save it, once you reload this, you can see our register page is visible. So now we'll replace the ID and name and type for the username, email, password, and confirm password. So we'll need one more field here. And also we'll make our images visible. So now let's work with our name, email, password. As you can see, we also have confirm password. But in our field here, we have just username, email, and password. So let's create another one for confirm password. We'll copy this. Paste it below. So we'll name this confirm password. So now we don't need this again. So inside the default register code, if you check your name field, but let's start from the form. We need to copy the form and I'll see and the CSRF token. We'll come here. This is our form here. We'll just paste it here. And paste our CSRF token here. Once you've done that, our username, we'll check our username here. That's an ID of name and the type of text and the name of name. So that will be doing here. So we'll check the ID. The ID should be name, the type as text, and the name as name. So we'll check for the email field. Email field as type as email, name as email, and ID as email. We'll replace that. The type email, ID email, name email. So that's correct. You check for your password. The password as ID, type, name, all as password. So you check that. Type password, ID password, name type name password. That's correct. So you now check your confirm password. So your confirm password has ID as password confirmation, type as password, and name as password confirmation. So you replace it. So confirm password is ID as password confirmation, name as password confirmation, type as password. You can see type as password. So now that is all we need to do here. So in your sign up button, you make sure the type is submit. Make sure the type is submit. You can also add your login button here, just like this. Inside your form. So this will be login. And change the route also to login. Now you save all. You can try and register now. You refresh. Okay, now let's make our images visible. So I hope you remember how to do that. You copy your asset front end. We don't need this again. Inside your register, you look for your image. This one here. This is 2 here. So you just cut and paste. So you do that to this one too. So you save all, you reload. So now let's try and create a user. Let's give the username should be, let's give it array, and the password array@gmail.com. Then the password, you can name it, just pick any password of your choice. One password, and make sure it is 8 in length. You shouldn't pick any password less than 8 characters. Sign up. As you can see, we're able to sign up successfully. So if you go to your database, you can see we just have admin and user here. If you refresh, as you can see, we now have admin, user, and array, the new accounts we just created. So and once you sign up, it's going to log you in automatically. As you can see here, we are logged in. Let's log out. So now we are done loading our content in. So the next step of action now, in our next video, we'll be making all this dynamic, the home slider, the featured post, trending category. We'll make everything dynamic. We'll also work on the header, we'll edit the header post. Everything here will be dynamic. We'll see you in the next video.